Welcome back to the Super Movie Bros podcast. I'm Michael,
And I'm Captain Kyle.
Captain Kyle of the what's the name of your ship?
You tell me, what's the name of my ship?
The Ritz Carlton.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a bit of a gambling ship.
And I named the ship after myself too.
Yeah. You're full of yourself.
I like it.
Super full of yourself. So today we are talking about Galaxy Quest. It is a 1999 comedy, sci-fi satire classic starring Tim Allen and
Sigourney
Weaver, Alan Rickman,
Sam Rockwell.
I'm not going to repeat every name you say. Justin Long,
Tony Shalhoub.
What's Dwight Schrute's real
Rainn
name
Wilson's
again?
in it for
Rainn
10
Wilson.
seconds.
Way more than 10 seconds.
No, he's not. He's in it barely.
That's not true. He's on screen several times.
Barely.
Okay, that's fine. I watched the movie he did, and that's kind of the issue we're running into a lot these days. I'm actively looking for a new co-host. So first person to say pick me in the comments, I'm actually going to choose. You'll be the new co-host. You will have to go by Kyle. You'll take over the reins of his ship, the Ritz Carlton. Good luck. Hope you have some business experience.
Well,
you have nothing to say?
I got nothing to say to that.
Like I said, man, I'm really looking for this co-host. Someone to speak up when I stop talking. But
No.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so you'd never seen Galaxy Quest.
Yes, this is my first time watching
We were
it.
trying to come up with a movie, and I was stuck on a plane, and I needed something that was under 2 hours. And this is like just over 2 hours. No, it's under 2 hours because on the
It's like an hour and 41 minutes.
Yeah. And so I picked that movie just because it was under 2 hours, and I had like a 2 hour flight. Mm-hmm. And so then I was like, you know what? That's what we're doing. And I was like, I hope that you say yes when I texted you, because I was like, I'd already watched this movie. So
I wasn't going to say no. I just needed you to give me a movie. I texted him waiting for days for him to pick a movie so we could, get this going.
So then I picked this movie, and I watched it quite a while ago. So here we go, Galaxy Quest.
I thought you flew to Kentucky like 2 weeks ago.
That was like last Wednesday.
Quite a while ago.
Yeah. No, I've
Take into account, if anyone actually listened to our audio ones, we did an episode on The Accountant, and we discovered I had not seen it for approximately like 6 years.
Yeah.
And we still did it. And you would the second, basically secondary, I can't English, the second most important character in the movie. I was like, who?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it happens.
Yeah. So
you're just not allowed to do it. That's why you're getting fired.
Cool. So you'd never seen this movie, and I'd seen it quite a few times. So I want to get your reaction, because this is, I feel like, kind of right up your alley. It's more satire on, I would say it's more satire on Star Trek than it is Star Wars.
I don't know why the hell you're hesitating on that. That is
So
the most
it's
Star
definitely
Trek-y Star
There's
Trek
some Star
thing.
Wars-ish stuff in there, but they're
No,
making fun of the
it's Star
Trekkie
Trek.
fandom,
It's Star Trek.
which I don't have much knowledge on Star Trek. So
Yeah.
you probably have seen more than I have.
I was for a while going to watch all of everything, and I was going to make that like an endeavor. I watched like the first 2 episodes of the original show. Not bad, but that's
really
such an
dated.
endeavor to get into, and I don't think it's philosophically as much my show as it is for others.
It's more of a.
So I probably won't ever watch all
sometimes
of
like the
Star
original
Trek.
series, but I pick up on it is that it's more of like a Planet of the Week kind of show, or
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So and I know that they get this long form storytelling, I think, later in the series ish.
I also think it's an unrealistic version of the future, and I don't mean technology-wise. I mean people-wise. I'm sorry. I never believed we figured it out. They don't ever explain how, but we figured it all out. All of us humans, we're basically all together now.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Well,
And I'm like, yeah, no.
yeah. So Galaxy Quest is more. It's that's in universe Star Trek for these people.
Yes.
And this whole cast is kind of coming back for this reunion. And then, sure enough, they actually go to actual outer space, and they actually have to do all the stuff that they did on the show. And
Yeah.
hijinks ensue.
Yeah. Then the reason why they have to do it is because the aliens that watched their historical documents, which is what they considered the TV show, which I love, they copied directly everything they saw on the show to create the technology.
And it worked somehow.
I love that. Yeah. And good example of not having to explain it. It's just funny that it works.
No, if they had to explain.
If they explain it, it'd be terrible. But no, they don't, and that's what makes it funny. You know, these aliens track down Tim Allen thinking he is the Captain Kirk-esque character that he plays.
Yes.
And, so they
But in real life, or in the real life of the movie, he's very much, he would have himself his little Ritz-Carlton ship. He's very full of
100%.
himself.
He'd have a Ritz Tim Allenton.
Yeah, I think he's
I don't remember his character
He's a little
name.
bit bigger than he thinks he's bigger than the show, bigger than the rest of the cast. He's late to all the signings. He's late to their appearances.
Yeah.
He's kind of one holding them back. The rest of the cast of the show and in the movie, it's kind of like that's all they've ever kind of been is part of that.
Yeah.
And so they appreciate it more. So he's a little bit thumbs his nose at the rest of the cast, and then he's humbled.
I don't think it's that. I think it's. I don't think it's. Oh, this is all we've been in. I think it's also that he is the lead and they're not, and so you know they're like, hey, you know, we have a part of this too. Yeah, no, that's a good way to put it. And then you know he kind of accepts the idea of the aliens a lot more freely. I think just because of where. And I mean, I'm like trying to give way too much logic to a comedy movie here, but he basically just, for the sake of the plot, accepts the fact that aliens recreated all this way quicker than they do. But he's
it's a lot of jumping back and forth in this. It's like he goes up and then he's down and then they go back up and it's a lot of jumping between the same sets.
But they do a good job of the situational comedy of any little individual transitional moment they're in is actually done really well, so it works.
Yes.
So I actually really like. It's just very watchable, and I'm losing my train of thought here. They all go. All of the rest of the crew goes with Tim Allen and everything, and then you know they have to do, like you said, everything that they did there. And I really like how they handle all that.
Sam Rockwell was my favorite because he's only was like a throwaway character on like one episode.
Yeah,
with no lines.
I will admit that joke was kind of over. Like that was a little overextended. But no, it was pretty funny. Yeah, and I first note I made, you know, I made it a little too early where I was like, I was really rooting for Justin Long, you know, young Justin Long to get the answer to his question. He acted too well. I was like, I felt for him. And then they put him in more of the movie, so I was like, oh, okay, never mind. He gets the help. You know, they get the fandom gets to benefit the actors.
Yes.
In the real life, you know, Galaxy Quest
they end up
situation
relying on the fandom.
Yeah.
For a big part of the movie.
Yeah. No, I think that was a good way to show how these fandoms operate and stuff. Yes. It was really funny.
But at the same time making fun of those fandoms for just adopting that identity.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It definitely makes fun of that, and it should.
Yeah.
I made another note here. Let me see.
So we get Sigourney. So each character each character kind of just ends up having to replay the character for real. So you even get the instance where you get Sigourney Weaver, whose main role is just to have her cleavage out and just repeat what the computer says.
Yeah, no, I love the fact that she just repeats.
She's probably the best thing in this movie to me.
Yeah,
maybe Alan Rickman.
Yeah, no, both of them do really well, and I've never looked at Sigourney Weaver that way.
Well, we thought she was a little hot.
Yeah, she was kind of hot.
She is hot in this movie.
This is the only movie I've seen her where she's hot.
And she's got to be
like 50 by this movie.
Something in this movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is 99 and she's 70 something now, which I don't know if she's 70. She might be. But 48 at the, whatever.
Alien was like 1978 or something.
Yeah. No, she's really good in this. And then it's like throughout the movie, the zipper just comes down more and more.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
At the end, it's just pretty much brawl.
Yeah. I do always think it's funny whenever you're making fun of, like, they're basically making fun of the fact that on the show that, like, because on the show, her titties are always out.
Yeah.
And then it's funny to me that in the real situation, then her titties come out because It's just funny because like it's like you're making fun of it, but you're also doing it and being like, it almost feels like, I guess you just get in the heat of the moment, titties just keep coming out. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of that was kind of goofy to me.
Yeah,
I was like, well, now you're not even satire. How do you say that?
satirizing.
Satirizing. I learned a word.
Yeah,
you're not even satirizing it anymore. You're just glorifying it.
Yeah, no. Then you just accept it as part of. The stuff it satirizes ends up embracing at the end.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
The schlock and the the top.
Yeah,
and then you get Alan Rickman, who plays this sort of alien creature on the show, but
he's almost like the
never
Spock.
Takes off that prosthetic.
No, not for the whole. Head
for the whole movie. But by the end of the movie, it's just he's got like a little bit of hair.
Yeah, just coming out of it. Yeah,
he's just plays this very Snape-ish character where he's very depressing and just, oh God, I want to kill myself. It's just like
exactly.
Just the whole time, and he's great.
Which one of them is the one that like dates the alien or whatever? I forget.
Tony Shalhoub, right? It's Tony Shalhoub. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I
Monk.
I watched it a week. Oh, okay. I watched it like a week ago. Yeah. No, I watched it days ago.
He stays back with him.
Yeah. I just think it's so funny when you think about it because of what they actually look like.
Oh yeah.
So what was he's actually doing?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Actually, we got these aliens. I forget the race of the aliens.
Me too.
That they have these human forms that glitch every so often. They're really
like
just like these octopus looking.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. I just love the idea that he's having a sexual relationship with an octopus-looking alien. Yeah. Very funny to me.
Yeah, and then you get your main bad guys, really, that look like something out of, like, Power Rangers, or just, like, the way the suits are. Like, I think it was good, like, the way they did the main villains. But also, I think they made it just cheap enough to get into that, like, 60s schlock of like, Star Trek. And
Yeah. No, they did a good job.
They could have just tried to animate it or something, but it's clearly someone in a suit, but done just well enough, but just poorly enough that it vibes with this.
No, that's good that they did that because in my, I was going to watch all the Star Trek thing, I did learn a few things about it, and they did initially want to, like the creator, I forget his name, wanted to do, like, aliens that were, like, more, like, it would have been more expensive, but not humanoid looking, Yeah. And then the studio basically was like, we're not going to give you that much money. So they changed it to all the aliens, played by humans and just dressed up a bit or whatever. So you saying that, I'm sure they did that on purpose for Galaxy Quest. And it sounds more and more like maybe the people that made Galaxy Quest were these Trekkies that they're making fun of.
You got it. They have to be.
Yeah. They're too in the know about that.
Yeah. Because, those reptilian-like creatures that are their antagonists, that just balances that line of good makeup, but bad enough that it's paying homage to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they knew exactly what they were doing.
Because in the show Galaxy Quest, they wouldn't have this big budget and stuff.
Yeah, the costume design was top tier.
Yes, I thought all the effects, even when they actually use like CGI, some stuff doesn't hold up perfect because it's I think late 90s CGI is like. They had the technology and they pushed it too far and they didn't realize that. They're like, hey, this is gonna look like shit in 20 years.
Yeah.
At the time, they're like, look what we can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so it's funny. I feel like that was not necessarily the end of practical effects. That's not what I'm saying at all. But that was like the tail end of focusing on practical effects.
Because it's just this new shiny toy that they had. And so they kept using it and overused it.
The CGI, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I was going to say early 2000s is where they got too confident in CGI and they start doing bad CGI. And I will say, I'll take bad practical effects over bad CGI.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, there's some stuff that stands out, like the little, like the rock golem monster thing that fights when Tim Allen gets stuck on the planet by himself.
Oh, yeah.
That one kind of is.
That one's okay.
And then sometimes those little creatures, they look a little weird, but the one that really stood out was like the blob that they put around their body when they get shot up and down.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't really look all that cool or well.
Well,
but it doesn't take me out of the movie.
That again could be just them doing the same thing of making it kind of feel like if this was in Star Trek, what would it look like? That was the wildest glance.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I just want to throw that out there. The wildest. You like the side-eyed. Yeah. That's going to be like one of our new little pictures for the podcast. Just Kyle's side glance.
Zoolander, Blue Steel It.
Yeah, I didn't watch Zoolander.
Guy looks at a clock one
great.
time.
I shouldn't have said that. Now there's going to be a Zoolander episode. Then I have to watch it.
We should do an episode about that.
Not my style.
So where were we at? So yeah, no, the CGI at the time. I look at the clock once. He called me out.
You didn't have to tell anyone there's a clock there.
There's clocks in this room.
Wow. Broke the fourth wall.
Fine, I guess I can just do this.
You could.
So
or you could side glance it more naturally. I'm not going to let this go. Anyway, keep going.
I'm just
derailed
my thoughts now.
Yeah, I'm trolling you at this point.
So you get to go now.
I get to go?
You get to talk because you just derailed my entire thought.
Just leave right now?
Yes.
Okay.
No, so the CGI in this doesn't take you out of it, but it definitely is aged a little bit, but almost adds to the charm, maybe, of it.
I think it does. I think, and I maybe I'm being too forgiving of it, but I just think they knew exactly what they were doing, and they did it really well, and doing it the way they did only adds to the charm, because the first episode of Star Trek, I think, is like, I'm going to probably be wrong, but it's somewhere around like 65 or 66.
That sounds about right.
Somewhere around there. So, like, they definitely didn't have it then.
No.
And it still didn't look that bad back then. But, like, comparing that to what we have now, or what we have with Galaxy Quest, like, I think they nailed it.
No, I think it was made. I don't think these people are that made this movie made the movie because they don't like Star Trek.
Precisely.
I think they made it because they love Star Trek.
Yeah.
And I think that shows. I think
they hate themselves for loving Star Trek.
Yes.
Exactly.
And but the movie knows exactly what it is.
Yes.
And it does that pretty well.
Yes.
So I think I could totally get why this movie, I don't think it did entirely great when it first came out, but I think it's garnered.
That makes sense.
It's garnered quite the
kind of a cult following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is, I mean, it is pretty, you liked it. You enjoyed it?
Yeah. No, I don't have any complaints about it. It's one of those movies where, like, you're like, oh, I could rewatch this as a comfort movie all the time.
Yes.
I have no problems with it. Nothing
Very
wows me, but I did laugh multiple times. I genuinely enjoyed it. Like, it's perfect for that.
Like a scene that pops up to me, it's like when Tim Allen's not there, so they just keep like replaying the episodes for the fandom that's sitting there. They're like,
oh yeah,
I've never seen this movie, or seen this episode, and they're just like, I don't know. It's a cute movie. It's funny.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about it? Favorite thing.
My favorite thing about this movie. Honestly, this might sound crazy, but young Justin Long, I just loved that.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know, the whenever he initially goes in and he's hungover and he goes and just like negotiates with the bad guy, and then they just kind of take it. Like, they just take whatever he does and they just go, I don't know why I loved that so much.
He's just like, fire everything.
Yeah, fire. They're like, are you sure? And but they just, they see him as the guy that knows, so they're just like, okay. And then like, that actually like was not a good idea, and they're like kind of saying that, but they're like, thank you. I don't know. It's just, I don't know why I love that so much. They don't
have the courage to be like, are you sure?
Well, not even that. I feel like they think, oh, well, we're scared of this, but we must be wrong, you know?
Yeah. No, surely he would never do anything that's bad.
Yeah.
He surely knows what he's doing.
I don't know. I like I said, the situational comedy in this movie is perfect, and I loved it.
Yeah, it's a good one. I was hoping that you'd like it, because I was like, this is right up Michael's alley.
100%. I will say that if this kind of sci-fi is done seriously, I don't like it as much often. But if it's playful, yeah, it's 100% right up my alley. And the new Star Treks that I know all the real Trekkie fans are like, I hate it. I like those too. The ones with Chris Pine.
I've never seen those. I've never watched any Star Trek ever in my life.
We're gonna do an episode, especially the first one that they did. We're gonna do an episode.
So when
of the
I was
podcast
just
about
in
that.
Kentucky, I went to the Corvette Museum, and they had the Corvette that Chris Pine drives.
Oh, okay.
In the first Star Trek movie.
Yeah, I didn't remember that scene until you said it, and I was like, how in the hell is he going to relate Corvettes to Star Trek? No, that makes sense.
Did.
Nice. I guess
it was cool.
Now I know it's CGI. I don't really destroy it.
Oh, no, it was destroyed the shit in the museum.
It was a joke.
No, it was all banged up, beat up.
You're lying.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. He drove it off a cliff. And I know they didn't actually drive it off a cliff, so that's why it was a joke.
Yeah, no,
anyway.
You're right. No,
all right.
It was there.
So.
Oh, here it comes.
I don't love to do this, but I'm going to.
Hold on. Before you get into this, I want to get your thoughts on Tim Allen in this.
Okay, why?
Just because.
What do you like? I get not
people,
like why,
like
but like
a love and hate with Tim Allen. Like you either like him or you don't.
Oh.
Like some people think, is he how good of it? Like taking him serious as an actor.
I think when
Tim Allen, I don't know. I feel like he's just this.
When he's forced to be like a person facing their flaws and such, this was a role meant for him.
Yes, that's what I think.
You know what I mean? Like
agree.
he's
good being kind of that cocky. I don't want him to be. He doesn't need to be that emotional or that dynamic of a character.
I think he can be dynamic. I think what it is that the dynamic is usually kind of that kind of guy that keeps a strong face for the most part, but gets forced to kind of break that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what this movie is. I think that's why the Santa Claus works and stuff.
No,
you know what I mean?
I think because the same thing that he is in the Santa Claus, it kind of is here where he's been given this huge role.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really take it seriously at first.
Yeah.
Doesn't really care because he's, Scott Calvin and all that stuff. And then he embraces.
Wait, is that his name in the movie?
And Santa Claus.
Oh, my bad.
I remember Santa Claus. His name in Galaxy Quest is.
That doesn't matter. Go ahead and keep saying what you're saying.
They're similar. He's Captain Nesmith. Yeah, Nesmith. But no, it's just the guy's adjusted into a role that he doesn't. I don't know. I just see these parallels there, and that the characters are kind of the same, and that those characters work perfect for him, rather than like Christmas with the Cranks when he's supposed to be like just this loving father, and he's got all. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what's funny about little off the thing? The last time I went to the dentist, they have a TV in there, and I guess I went like in December. I'd never seen that movie.
It's a movie that me and my sister love, and I know it's a bad movie.
Man, it's a weird movie. Like it's
bizarre.
I do my appointments for the dentist for you all to know before I go into work. So it's like 7 a.m. around Christmas time. I'm getting my teeth worked on, watching Christmas with the Cranks, and it was just it was like not a bad experience, but it was just like when you sit back and you isolate, I'm like, such a weird time of the day and situation to watch a crappy movie.
Yeah.
Like it was just so weird.
And at the dentist, that's a movie that me and my sister, we actually we know everyone. That and Deck the Halls with Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. I know this is not a Christmas episode, but we love those movies, and I know they're shit. Like I know they're bad, but I don't know. I watch them. I like them. I don't know, but yeah, Tim Allen isn't so great in that, but these type of movies I like him in.
Yeah. I like
he's pretty perfect for this role.
I like seeing his reaction to a problem. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And looking a little fit on that planet too. When
he did. He did.
Damn,
I didn't expect that. He has that kind of person or that kind of form where you always think there's gonna be a bit of a belly. Like
no, he took a shirt and was like, "Yeah, dang, Tim."
Right.
Good for you.
Yeah. So, like I said, don't like to do this, but I'm going to include this movie in the watch one, remake one, erase one.
Okay.
So Galaxy Quest.
Oh, you're including the movie we're talking. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't love to do that, but sometimes I do.
It works.
Galaxy Quest, Starship Troopers.
Okay.
Another satire. And then, less satire, but I was thinking about when we were talking about the effects and stuff, not always being perfect, but, crap. I hate when I try to vamp the talking part to try to get to what the name of the movie is. Total Recall. Not the remake. The Arnold Schwarzenegger original. Watch one, remake, erase one. If you need time, I can give you my answer.
You go first. Yeah.
So, I think that in that order, and if you remake Total Recall, that doesn't mean you're stuck with the Colin Farrell one. You can remake it however you want. And that comes from someone that loves Colin Farrell, but that's not the best movie that he's been in. So I think that I would watch Galaxy Quest because watching it, I don't think that needs a remake. I think we've basically established the movie is made perfectly as it is. They were going
to make a second one, that Alan Rickman died.
Oh, they were going to make a second one?
They were definitely making another one. And then Alan Rickman died. Sigourney Weaver and Tim, I know I hijacked your segment.
No, that's important.
They said that they definitely want to still make another one.
I think they still can without him.
Yeah.
You
can, and I think it could even be funnier. I mean, the second one's never funnier, but that content and that material is still as relevant as it today as it is then.
Absolutely. Yeah. But here's what I would say.
Fandoms.
You have to make fun of new Star Trek.
Yeah.
So you'd have to ease off the gas on the fandom a little bit, and you're going to have to go full throttle on the creators.
Is there anything that's Galaxy Quest-esque that's like Marvel? Like, because you could do this with...
What do you mean, like Guardians of the Galaxy? What do you mean?
No. Like, instead of they're playing sci-fi stuff, they used to be old superheroes, and they're fans still. Like, I'm saying that's what you could bring over from that is like the crazy fandoms that just latch onto everything. And they just identify as that fandom, like some of the MCU people do. And I don't know. I just think fandoms is more relevant today than it was even back then.
100%.
So it works real well.
I know. I just would hate to attack. Anyway, so to get back to my favorite segment. Yeah. Anyway, watching Galaxy Quest, I am going to choose to. This is actually really hard for me. I think I'm erasing Total Recall.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. Okay, fine. I'm changing my answer. I'm watching Total Recall as it is.
Change it because of me.
Yeah, I think I'm erasing Total Recall.
All right, you said it. It's done. Boom.
Yeah, I might have regrets here, but I didn't even finish.
You're done.
And I'm remaking Starship Troopers
because they already are.
Well, I'm gonna do it like the novel.
I'm not a big
I didn't read the novel, but I heard that the novel isn't making fun of, like Starship Troopers. The movie kind of has it's supposed to be satirizing like the military and stuff, and I'm like the novel kind of liked the military, So I would remake it and be like make it like a cool, serious, against the bugs movie.
So mine is I'm watching Galaxy Quest.
Okay.
Yeah. Watching Galaxy Quest, I am remaking Starship Troopers just because I don't have a fond... No, that means I have to erase Total Recall.
Yeah. If you don't have fond memories of Starship Troopers, like I definitely do.
Yeah, I'm erasing it. And
Yeah.
I'll remake Total Recall. But I'm not remaking it with Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
But I like Total Recall, though.
Remake it with Henry Cavill.
No, that means I have to... That means I like Galaxy Quest better than Total Recall, and I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I made that mistake too. It's too late.
All right, I'm done.
We're doing. I'm just gassing it up because we're here doing the thing.
I love Total Recall.
It is a great movie.
Yeah. So that's how probably I'd go with that.
Yeah. If you were to remake that, what you would really need to do is just kind of up the quality of the the special effects.
Sure. Yeah.
There's a few times
if I can keep the movie the same and just give it a facelift.
Technically, I it's funny. I named 2 Paul Verhoeven movies, and realized I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Look at you, Michael.
I know. Anyway, I should have said RoboCop. I should have taken out Galaxy Quest and said RoboCop.
Do it again. Do it again now, because I love RoboCop.
All right. I haven't seen RoboCop though. So here's what I'm doing.
It's one of my favorite movies.
All right. I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna watch
RoboCop 1, RoboCop 2, RoboCop video game that just came out.
All right.
Oh, so good. I'm a big RoboCop guy.
I'm erasing.
Ooh, we gotta.
I'm erasing RoboCop because it's set.
Oh, I'm fine with that. You can make it better.
I'm erasing it though. I'm erasing RoboCop. No, you know what? I'm going back to erasing Total Recall. I'm erasing Total Recall. I'm remaking RoboCop how I'd want it to be, and then
erasing Starship Troopers.
I'm remaking Starship Troopers how I'd wait. No, I erased Total Recall. I'm watching Starship Troopers as it is now. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just shot out.
You're just like awesome. Just oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
No, exactly. All right, what are you doing? You've seen RoboCop.
With RoboCop? Oh yeah, I'm not touching RoboCop. Although I think a good remake of it would be good. Like I think it could be well done. Not the remake they made. And then let's do. That one wasn't good. Still, yeah. You swap out RoboCop for Galaxy Quest and it stays the same.
So we just say it real quick because I don't remember.
Remake RoboCop. Watch Total Recall. Erase Starship Troopers.
Nice. Okay. We'll have to watch all the more future episodes of the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, we have the whole year planned out, guys. Well, I think that'll do it. That'll close us out for Galaxy Quest.
Yes, I highly recommend it. If people feel like it's a movie that most people have not maybe seen.
Yeah, probably haven't seen.
You recommend it?
Absolutely. Definitely recommend it. If you're having some people over, you just want to watch a fun movie that you don't have to take too seriously.
Yes.
And maybe watch while you're drinking or something. You'll have a few laughs. You'll have a good time. Super recommend.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And this has been Super Movie Bros Podcast.
Peace out.